call to win the 915 for Jesus Christ. We'd love to meet you and your family. God bless you, and thank you for listening to KELP.
You are listening to KELP El Paso. Feed your mind, feed your soul at 1590 AM, 95.9 FM. Streaming worldwide at KELPradio.com.
915 Talk is a production of Desert Voice Media. You can visit desertvoice.media to learn more.
915 TALK.
The world is looking at El Paso.
What will we say to the world? From the KELP studio in El Paso, this is 915 Talk.
And now your host.
Good afternoon, beautiful citizens of the borderland. This is 915 Talk, and I am your host, Andy Frecka. Today we are broadcasting from the heart of the world's largest borderplex. We're here at the KELP studio in El Paso, and we do have Mac Daddy Del Norte on the board. Mac Daddy, how are you doing this afternoon?
Hey, Andy, I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I think it's safe to say that this is a season of peace and joy on earth. It's the Christmas season.
Uh-huh.
So I would say I'm doing pretty tranquilo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Working on your Spanish still.
I know. I need to add adjectives to my vocabulary.
Yes. But you'll get it.
So I need to learn some other languages, Spanish being high on my list.
Nice.
Living here in El Paso, so that I can add some adjectives to my woefully poverty-stricken vocabulary, because I am filled with wonder and joy.
Definitely.
On this, as I work to describe this educational journey that we've embarked upon each and every weekday afternoon, as we learn to love our city, love our neighbors, and give God all the glory. But today, Mac Daddy Del Norte, is a special day.
Oh, why so?
Do you know why it's special?
No, I do not.
It's because we have a special guest.
Oh, okay.
Do you know why he's special?
Oh, yes, definitely, because he is a unique expression. Wait a minute.
What's happening?
We have breaking news, Andy.
Breaking news? What is it? What is the breaking news?
Breaking worldwide news. You can now feed your mind, feed your soul with great Christian teaching and talk on Alexa. That's right. All you have to say is, "Hey Alexa, play KELP radio," and boom! Instant Christian teaching, talk, and truth 24/7.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so like if someone had an Alexa at home, what would they need to do if they wanted to feed their mind or feed their soul?
All they have to say is, "Hey Alexa, play KELP radio."
Or as the AI voice says, play KELP radio.
Yeah.
And it'll just play it.
Yes.
And you'll be feeding your mind and feeding your soul.
That's correct.
Because I was just talking with someone today. A lot of folks don't have radios in their house anymore. They have radios in their car. But when they get home, if they don't have a radio, how are they going to feed their mind and feed their soul?
Exactly. There's another option. They can always download the KELP radio app.
Oh, the KELP radio app.
Yes, the app.
Oh, so if someone wanted to put the KELP radio app on their phone, what should they do?
Yeah, they just search it up on their Google Store or their Play Store, and they search up KELP radio and download it. It's totally free.
Yeah, in an age of subscriptions.
Oh, yes.
I believe KELP radio is the last true beacon of generosity.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Providing no fee.
No fee whatsoever.
Yeah.
No.
And one of the cool things about the app is if you open up the KELP radio app, it has a big red button.
Yeah.
And it says message the studio. And so what you can do is message the studio. And while we're on air,
yes,
I can see your messages if you have a question for our guests, a comment about what we're talking about. Yeah. Also, we're on Facebook Live right now.
Yes, that is correct.
We're also on YouTube Live.
On YouTube, yep.
Yeah, we're just everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah,
we are.
The main idea is to get the word out.
Amen.
1590 AM, 95.9 FM in El Paso, 89.3 FM in Las Cruces. But, we were talking about how we have a special guest.
Oh, yes, that's correct.
Yeah, so we're going to be talking about beautiful cities.
Uh-huh.
Do you believe that we should have a beautiful city, Mac Daddy Del Norte?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well, it was kind of a trick question. We already have a beautiful city. Could we make it more beautiful? Is there room for improvement?
Definitely. Oh, yeah.
So we're going to be talking about that
definitely.
today. We have the founder and owner of the Dry Land Landscape Architecture in the house. Mm-hmm. He's also, he was a pastor.
Oh, wow.
So he knows stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
okay.
He was a pastor for a period of time. We might even dive into a theology of landscape architecture and beautiful cities.
Wow. Okay.
So it'll be fun to talk about. I also have some questions about my own yard. That's why we have this program.
Yeah, so we can learn.
Yeah, so we can learn.
There you
so
go.
without further ado, let's give a very warm Borderland welcome to the one, the only, Mr. Jonathan Matthews. Jonathan, welcome to 915 Talk.
Hey, good to see you, Andy. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Digging the entrance music.
Well, what our radio listeners don't see is how you showed up in your Lucha Libre outfit. They don't see the lasers, the smoke machine, the fireworks going off. But
I have to get dressed up for a special occasion, you know.
That's right. That's right. So we have a lot to talk about. I'm so excited about this program. I have a good friend who recommended that. He's like, you got to have Jonathan Matthews in. We're going to talk about beautiful cities. We're going to talk about rainwater harvesting, landscaping, all of these things. Let's just start off with my yard.
Okay.
And then we'll talk
How
about
bad
the
of shape
city.
is it in?
Well, it's I think what everyone in Central El Paso wants. So
Okay,
I did not personally make the yard this way. I bought the house and it came with the yard.
Okay.
Most of the front yard,
Accepting the blame for what he's about to say.
Yeah, exactly. Most of the front yard is just cement.
The whole thing.
Yeah, most of it.
Property line to property line. Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Which makes for spacious parking. But what would you say as a landscape architect about this particular feature that graces many of the Central El Paso yards?
Well, I think that's pretty much the El Paso dream yard. From my understanding and growing up here, that's what everybody wants, right?
Right.
Low maintenance.
Yes.
You can park all your cars, the one that run, the ones that don't run, the ones that your wife is mad about.
You're reading my mail now.
Plenty
you know
of
what's
space,
going on at my
know?
house. I do have a car that I need picked up by a tow truck.
Fair, yeah. Yeah, it's all concrete and then a shade canopy. Mm-hmm. You know, like a commercial style shade canopy for your residence. That's the El Paso dream yard right there.
Yeah. So how does it make you feel when you see these kind of yards as a landscape architect?
Am I allowed to really say how I feel online?
Yeah,
Can we
absolutely.
edit this out?
No, we're on live radio.
Oh man, yeah. No, I think it's a missed opportunity, right?
Okay.
Even sometimes newer yards, like I'll see like landscape companies, and on their website it'll show like their work. Like check out these new houses, like the before and after, and even the after photos will have like 0 trees. Like it's all fake grass and rock.
Right.
You know? So
Fake
I don't know.
grass and rock.
Like why don't people think that you should incorporate trees in your front yard?
Right.
Or
Well, I
bushes?
think you kind of hit the nail on the head. I think there's a fear of high maintenance, of water bills.
Yeah.
I hope that you have some ideas of ways we can get around this.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think, I don't know if you heard the word xeriscape.
Xeriscape.
Xera is like low water kind of gardening.
Is it
Z-E-R-A?
Z-E-R-A?
Z-E-R-I.
Oh, Z-E-R-I.
Yeah,
Scape.
Xera, like dry, xeriscape.
Okay.
But a lot of people confuse it with like zeroscape,
Oh,
like
okay.
nothing. So they
Okay.
think, oh, it's El Paso, like it's all zeroscape. You basically get nothing. You got a yard of rock, and that's what it's supposed to be. So xeriscape is like a totally different. That could be like lush, full of life, but it's basically like landscape design that works with the El Paso environment and ecosystem.
Okay.
So that's the way to go.
All right, so let's talk about my yard, and hopefully we'll tease out some ideas that will help everyone with their yard. So I told you about my front yard. I do have a mesquite tree.
Okay, that's
it's
a great
big.
start, Andy.
Yeah, and it's
You're
really
doing
big
good.
and old,
Nice.
and I love it. And I love everything about it. I do need to trim it. It grows really fast. And then,
that's like the #1 tree of El Paso.
mesquite.
Like if I had to pick just one thing, like
Okay.
if you have a yard that you don't love and you want to do something yourself, you don't have a lot of time, you don't have a ton of money, but you can only do one thing, literally one thing, I would say plant a mesquite tree.
Okay,
Because
why?
they thrive. It's low water use. It's like multi-trunk. The branches are kind of sculptural. It grows fast. It gives you good shade. You can actually grind up the pods and like make flour and pancakes out of the pod. I never done it. I heard of it.
Yeah, I've tried the pods, just a taste, and it is a unique flavor. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Right, and then I have kind of in the middle of my giant cement yard, I do have an island.
Okay.
And I'm doing my best to just get everything I can out of this island. It's probably 10 by 15 feet. Not real big. And I have some desert sage there. Planted some birds of paradise.
Oh, nice.
Birds of paradise is kind of quite a name for a plant, but they're beautiful. And then I was like really excited because I had a yucca plant growing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I was like, what in the Dr. Seuss? Because I'm not from the desert.
Right.
And it's like really bizarre looking, but it created so much joy in my life, Jonathan. But then
At a
something
deep
else
level.
happened. And I think this is the main reason we're having this program today. So my yucca plant's growing, and out of the side of it, I had a Palo Verde start growing.
Okay.
And right out of the side of the yucca.
Yeah.
And I kept on cutting it back, and it kept on coming back. And I didn't know what to do. So I decided I'll just let the best plant win.
Are you serious? Like a octagon death match?
Yes.
Okay.
Who's going to win? We're talking yucca, which is very desert.
Yeah, and sharp, right?
Yeah.
Dangerous.
Yes. Versus a
the
Palo Verde.
It's got size.
Yes.
Weight,
Yeah.
Oof, I'm going Palo Verde. I would bet money on the Palo Verde, like knockout.
Really?
I think the yucca, well, maybe not knockout.
Okay.
I think the yucca would live.
Technical knockout.
But yeah.
12 rounds.
Yeah,
Okay.
like by decision. When the Palo Verde is like massive and
Okay.
it's like hiding the little yucca below it,
Uh-huh.
I think everyone would vote for Palo
Okay.
Verde.
Okay, so should I just, right now, just get rid of the yucca?
You could give it to me. I'll take it.
You'll dig it out?
It's a lot of work. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the Palo Verde could provide shade
Uh-huh.
on your driveway. It's kind of nice. It's
Right.
bigger. It's more volume. It fills the space.
Yeah.
The yucca's maybe more sculptural.
Yeah.
You could stab yourself in the eye with the yucca.
Right.
We have one kind of close to our driveway. My wife cut the ends of the leaves off so my kid doesn't stab herself.
Yeah, I
know.
stab myself every time I weed.
Yeah.
It's super annoying. So,
They're pretty dangerous.
yeah. Okay, so you're saying go for the Palo Verde.
I would go Palo Verde.
Okay.
It's more
All right.
volume.
All right, well, I'll take that under advisement. I'll discuss that with my wife when I get home this evening.
That's right.
All right, so backyard, I have the classic backyard. It's just gravel.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, so it's gravel.
Yeah.
I do have some other plants. I planted a couple fruit trees, so I have an
Okay.
orchard.
Of what species?
So a plum tree and an apple tree,
Okay.
and I have a pomelo tree that came with the house.
A what?
Pomelo, it's
I've
like
never-
it's a grapefruit.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to a bumper harvest of grapefruit, plums, and apples.
Okay. Random.
My wife and I often discuss what we want to do with the gravel. She wants to put in actual grass.
Okay.
I don't. I don't want to do anything, Jonathan Matthews.
Nothing at all. Just all
Nothing.
rock.
Yeah, I lack the motivation to tackle this project, but she's saying that we're gonna go grass now.
You can just like buy shades on your back windows and keep them closed. That's all you need. It's cheaper. It saves you money. Out of sight, out of mind.
Right.
know?
So a family like us, I mean, we're talking landscape architecture, but we're also talking, family counseling right now. What would you recommend for a gravel backyard?
Well, okay. So I think the first thing is like, how would you want to use the space? That's kind of where we start with clients. We're new to a
Right.
job. You know, they live in different parts of town. Some are older, some are younger, larger families, smaller families, different hobbies. So we always kind of start with like, you know, how do you want to use the space? And some are pretty straightforward. Like most people would like to dine outside. Right?
Okay.
That's kind of the most common one. And then most people would say, how about like a lounge area, like fire pit?
Okay.
You know, but then after that, it's kind of wide open because you could say like playground for the kids. You could say raised garden bed. You could say like grass area so we can lay down to project the movies on the side of the house.
Ooh.
Maybe you like bocce ball.
Bocce ball.
Maybe you love pickleball, like you're a pickleball fanatic like everyone else. And
yeah, I am.
Your neighbors
I'm a bit of a pickleball. I don't have enough room for a pickleball court. Not enough space.
I'm sure your neighbors are pleased with that.
Yeah.
But
okay,
so yeah, how would you want to use the space in your dream world?
Yeah, so I have a great eating space, kind of a big pergola, so I'm good there. I have my orchard going on. We just have this space with gravel. My wife we're starting to have grandkids.
Okay.
And so she's picturing the grandkids playing out in the yard.
Oh, nice. Yeah, like an open, multi-use grass space.
Yeah, and I'm picturing my grandkids playing on gravel.
What a guy. World's greatest grandpa right here, folks. Yeah. Amazing.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you could go... some people love the fake grass. I was a purist for a long time, Andy. I'm going to tell you. And I said, I can't do fake grass. It's too fake. I took an oath. I took an oath in architecture school.
Yeah, you have to be careful of those oaths.
That said, like, I'm going to love nature
never say
and
never,
hug
Jonathan
all the
Matthews.
trees I see. And then we never specified on any jobs. And then I went to the fountains in East El Paso. And they have, like, that long strip of fake grass.
Yeah.
And everyone loves it. Like,
artificial
there's a stage
grass.
there. Artificial grass. Yeah. It's phenomenal. Kids are there all the time. It's packed. Like they're having picnics. They're rolling in the grass. My kid loves it. And ever since I saw that, I thought like, you know what? There's a place for the fake stuff too. I was won over. So
okay.
It could work. It's
okay.
Nice.
So all right. So you're saying be open-minded, artificial grass.
Be open-minded. It's less water. You don't got to mow it.
Uh-huh.
Right? Some people do actually water it to keep it, like for commercial jobs, to keep it clean.
Oh, interesting.
And to keep it cool because it gets kind of hot.
Right. I've seen artificial grass. This is the one kind of artificial grass that I like. It has actually little brown blades of grass. So it looks... I mean, it's obviously a small percentage of it.
Yeah.
But it looks way more natural than when it's like super, super dark green.
Yeah, they should make some, like you could pay more to get like some fake weeds, you know, and like some brown spots or like you cut it poorly, you know, for an extra charge.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So, but if I like gave in to my wife's demands and put in just regular grass, is there a type of grass that you would recommend in the desert?
Yeah, I mean, to get a little nerdy, the one that everyone uses for full sun situations is hybrid Bermuda Tifway 419.
Hybrid Bermuda?
Bermuda is kind of the general category.
Okay.
And then the new, like, variety or whatever is Tifway. No, actually, Tifway 419 was the one that just got replaced with Tif Tough.
Oh, Tif
Tough. Because the scientists are always tinkering around in laboratories and developing new stuff. So that's the one that's like, it stays green longer, it's tougher, it's more pest resistant, it's less water use. So Tif Tough is the new one. If you have a lot of sun.
Yeah. So as you're saying this, I did pull it up on the internet. It's interesting that it says that it requires full sun for best performance.
Yeah, most grass kind of struggles in more shady environments. Like under a tree, you'll kind of see it gets a little thinned out. You know, or if you get afternoon shade on an area or a lot of shade, your grass might struggle. But there's other grass that does a little better.
Okay. So, and I didn't tell you this in advance, but Robert Bettis, KTSM Channel 9 chief meteorologist, was on this program, and I asked him about his gardening practices. And most of his gardening practices just had to do with his grass. Okay. But he did mention the hybrid Bermuda.
Oh wow! Okay.
And he talked a lot about that. He
so
Jonathan Matthews of the Dryland Landscape Architecture and Robert Bettis of KTSM Channel 9 are in full agreement. It's the hybrid Bermuda grass. If you want to go real grass.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. But we can keep our mind open to the artificial grass.
Yeah. It'll cost you a little bit more up front.
Yeah.
But it looks nice. It's green all year. And like if you're laying down on the grass, do you really want to like get poked with like a dried stem or something? It's just cleaner to lay on the fake grass.
Yeah.
So I won't judge you. If you ever invite me over and it's all fake grass, Andy, I won't judge you. Like you sold out.
Yeah, I feel like I'm
promise.
going to judge myself, except for on Saturday mornings when I don't have to cut the grass.
Exactly.
And on Saturday evening when I don't need to water it. So
Yeah.
All right, if you're just joining us, we're with Jonathan Matthews. He's of Dryland Landscape Architecture here in El Paso. We do need to take a break. When we get back from the break, I'd like to talk a little bit, Jonathan, about just what does the Bible say about beautiful cities, maybe landscaping, any of this. It'd be fun to kind of dive into all that. Before we go into the break, this is your daily reminder that 915 Talk is a production of Desert Voice Media. The website is desertvoice.media. You can go there to listen to this or any previous 915 Talk conversation. Appreciate each and every one of you who have joined us on this educational journey as we learn to love our city, love our neighbors, give God all the glory. We've had all kinds of folks in talking about so many different things in our community. And of course, here in the desert, it's a very different landscape. And I love learning about the landscaping, learning about making beautiful yards and beautiful cities. And that's what our conversation is about today. Let's go into a break. Do not touch that dial.
We'll be right back. Don't touch that dial.
915 Talk is listener-supported and is a production of Desert Voice Media. That's right. It's people just like you who make this program possible. Together with Desert Voice, you can learn how to better serve our neighbors and pray for our community. To become a Desert Voice Media partner, you can visit desertvoice.media. That's right. That's the website, desertvoice.media. Take a look and join us today in reaching our borderland for Christ.
Important announcement. You can now feed your mind, feed your soul with the KELP radio app. Listen to your favorite Christian teaching and talk programs on your smartphone from anywhere in the world with the KELP radio app. You can download the app on your app store now.
Testify.
I was a crack addict. I was out of control. I did not know the Lord. But there came a point in time where I wanted to stop, but I couldn't. And I remember asking God, please help me. But nothing would happen. The day my life changed was the day I saw what I believe was the devil himself. I was freebasing all night, watching pornographic videos. I closed my eyes, preparing to die as I felt I was going to OD. I figured that the end of my life was coming to an end, and the only thing I said was God. My cousin read a scripture that said, if the Son shall set you free, you will be free indeed. When he said that, I burst into tears. I knew my life had changed. The Holy Spirit came into my life. He forgave me of my sins, and I asked Jesus to be Lord and Savior of my life. My name's Art Moreno Jr. I'm from El Paso. God changed my life. I know he can change many others as well.
And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb
And by the word of their testimony.
Desertvoice.media.
We're back. You're listening to 915 Talk.
We are back, and you're listening to 915 Talk. I'm your host, Andy Freck. Today we're with Jonathan Matthews. He's of the Dryland Landscape Architecture. Also, Jonathan, you know stuff.
I don't know as much as I would like. I know a couple things.
Yeah.
If you're like older like me, like over the years, it's inevitable to pick up a couple of things.
We're all on an educational journey.
That's right.
Yeah, but you were also a pastor for some years.
I was in a former life.
In a former life.
It's crazy. I feel like, is that really me? Was that a dream?
Yeah,
Wow.
I can relate to that. But when you came in today, you were talking about how you have been going through the Word again, through the Bible, and just looking at it maybe just in a different way. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean, to kind of like weld my two lives together, I spent a number of years as a pastor, and it was great. It was awesome. And then I kind of like took an early retirement from that and dusted off my good old-fashioned diploma to try to make some money. And so yeah, now I do landscape architecture full time, but it's not like, what does it look like to really weld the two, I guess. And so I finally said, you know what, I just need to tackle this. So I started like reading the whole Bible to pick up all like the references to any kind of like architectural design related stuff, and to try to see what's the biblical view of design, architectural design, landscape, that kind of stuff. And so I'm like, I don't know, a quarter of the way through it.
Okay, folks, here's the deal. For the first time ever on this radio station, we're going to get a teaching on the biblical view of landscape design.
The very, very draft version.
Yeah.
So here's something that's interesting. Like, I mean, at the end of every day of creation, God makes something, and then he says that he saw and it's good, right? And we don't get an exact definition of what that good is, but in some sense it fulfills the function for which he made it for, like an instrumental good or qualitative good or something. So, you know, not that everyone agrees what is good design and what is bad design, but basically that is to say that God has a purpose for the things that he made. And maybe that's, you know, that certainly includes macro purposes, like everything exists for God's glory and for human thriving. But maybe that includes a million micro purposes, you know, like why did God make this species of plant, and why did God make soil with these characteristics, or why did God make the sun, you know, this far from there? There are a million things. So it's like crazy, like how broad and deep and specific are the purposes of God for what he made? You know?
Okay. So what I feel like what you're kind of pointing to is there's intelligence in all of it is one part.
Yeah.
Which points back to him.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's tempting for the architects to think like, you know, we're the inspired ones. We come, and the nature of our profession is to like bring meaning to stuff that's like random, you know, like, oh, like some dead logs over there. What can we build out of those? Or, oh, this empty piece of land. What could we do with this?
Sure.
And we can kind of get like arrogant and think like, oh, well, you know, we're the inspired ones, unlike the people around us or whatever. Whereas maybe the purpose of architecture isn't really about creating meaning, but discovering meaning. And maybe that's just not, like I said, like macro stuff. But if like God's intent is like everywhere, you know, for each species of plant or the whole natural environment, he has purposes for all of it, you know? And so he's like way ahead of you since he designed it and made it all.
Right.
And so what does it look like to kind of, you know, start, you know, a project? Let's say we're working on some job, and to start with, what is God's purpose for this space, with these materials, with this client, with this budget, or whatever? And when you kind of do that, you kind of see that there's already intelligence there. Like you're saying, you know, it's kind of like, well, if you plant a plant in a certain location, it's going to hold moisture there, like where the roots are going to grow, and it's going to provide slope stabilization. You know? And then if the plant grows, it's going to shade the ground. And then if the ground is shady, it holds more water. And then if there's organic matter there, then there's insects. And then the insects die and help build the soil. And you kind of see like, man, God is already like way ahead of you, and there's intelligence and an intent all over. And we're just kind of like along for the ride, you know?
Yeah.
So it's pretty wild when you start to think like maybe God doesn't just have purposes for your marriage and purposes for your church, but maybe God has purposes for the natural and the built environment, you know? And where does that, how extensive are those? Who knows?
Wow. Okay. So creation, of course, that's one that would fit very, I think, easily with landscape. God created the heavens and the earth, the land and the sea, and he said it is good. And what you're saying is, as you look at the creation, you see purpose in everything you look at. What are some other things that you see?
Yeah, I mean, the study in Genesis has been pretty fascinating. So basically, I just kind of took one concept at a time, and then I tried to understand it biblically, and then I thought, what do I do with this practically speaking, you know, as a landscape architect? Like, how does that affect me practically? So another one was like, it says the earth started formless. You know, the earth was formless and void. So basically, creation starts with a formless ball of water that wasn't a globe or a sphere yet, you know? So the category of form is a big deal in architecture. Like they talk about form and function. And it's interesting because at a minimum, this firmly establishes form as a category. Like on sentence 1 of the Bible, it's talking about form. And this is different than Plato thought that the world of the forms existed as like another kind of dimension where there's perfect circles and perfect squares and that kind of thing, And this is not Plato's view at all. This is that, form exists in the mind of God, by his design. And it establishes form as a category. So I would hate for God to kind of see our designs and say like, oh, well, that is also formless, Yeah. So, that's kind of interesting that we worship the creator of form, the God who is the creator of the circle, triangle, and square.
Right, and how everything just fits so perfectly together in nature. I do want to jump more into that, but first we have Charlie 1 on the phone. Charlie 1, what are you seeing out on the roads this afternoon? Charlie 1, today we have Jonathan Matthews in the studio. He's a landscape architect. He's working to make El Paso even more beautiful. And I know it's a lot of hard work being out there, just making sure that we get the right plants in the right places. And I know after a hard day's work or before a hard day's work, what will really provide the energy to get out there and make El Paso beautiful would be a bowl of menudo. Where would you recommend that he tries that bowl of menudo? Mm. Thank you, Charlie 1. We'll talk soon. And we're back with Jonathan Matthews. Before we had the traffic break, you were talking about how God is the creator of form and talking about creation. And we just had our traffic update. And I think we can think, well, I-10 is form. It's not the most beautiful feature of El Paso. If you could snap your fingers and do one thing to make I-10 more beautiful, what would that thing be?
It's a great question, Eddie. And I think you had mentioned Robert Bettis' idea of palm trees on I-10.
Yeah, palm trees
on I-10.
Yeah, so it was a specific type that doesn't require a lot of water.
Yeah.
It grows pretty fast. And he had been to Phoenix and was truly inspired.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I mean, like the Hollywood style, like the super tall palm trees with the clean trunk. Those look awesome. And those are actually the ones that we have in El Paso. It's the Mexican fan palm.
The Mexican
fan palm.
They
have a skinnier trunk than the California fan palm.
Okay.
So the trick on those, though, is that you have to kind of cut the old growth off of the trunk to leave a clean stick.
Yes.
So that's what makes it look like Hollywood style or Scottsdale style. So there's a lot in El Paso. But they have all the old growth still on the trunk, so it looks a little sloppy, a little dirty. Yeah, and it's totally a missed opportunity.
Okay, so you're saying that what I'm hearing you say is the main work surrounding planting a bunch of palm trees around El Paso. You're not talking about the water. You're talking about the need to keep it properly trimmed.
Yeah, to keep them looking good, you got to keep them looking clean. Like in Scottsdale, too. I mean, that's just down the road. Like, they have tons of palms. And it's kind of cool because you'll go to Scottsdale. It looks amazing. And then as soon as you leave Scottsdale, back to Tucson. And I'm not hating on Tucson. I'm not. Yeah. I'm sure it's a great city. or Phoenix. Sorry.
Right.
It looks. You're like, oh man, it doesn't look as cool. So the appeal of Scottsdale, like a big chunk of it, is just palm trees. And it was just some guys back in the day with the vision of like, oh, we should plant palm trees all over the place. It's going to look amazing in 30 years, 40 years, and it does. It's super cool. So I think palm trees along highways would be super cool. And there is, I don't know what species Robert was talking about, but there's the fancy one from Scottsdale is called the medjool palm. And it looks amazing.
Okay.
So amazing. There's a couple at the Camino Real Hotel downtown.
Okay.
They look so good, so good. They're a little bit more sensitive to the cold, so you got to watch out with that. But they're also pricey, Andy. Guess how much for like a 15-footer to pay someone to buy it and install it? What's your guess?
So every quote I've received for any type of work over the past year has been mind-blowing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with a high number.
Okay.
So something I think is high.
All right.
I'm going to say to install a
15-foot medjool palm.
How deep into the ground do we need to go?
Only a couple feet.
Oh, only a
3
couple
feet. Yeah, you don't really got to dig the hole down deeper.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go with $5,000.
That is this like a Price is Right? Like you just won a dinette set from Ashley Furniture, Andy. Congratulations! Wow.
All right.
That's actually exactly the number I had in mind.
All right. So
That's
based
amazing.
on that, Mac Daddy Del Norte, I had the right answer.
What does he win?
Oh, what do I win? I $5,000 per tree was my guess. There we go.
There we go. If you're ever looking for another career, you should come and hop on board with us. You're amazing at this.
All right, $5,000, and we're talking hundreds of trees along I-10.
Yeah. So right. So when you go to Scottsdale, and it's like a double row of palm trees on one side, a double row in the median, and a double row on the other side. I mean the value of all those trees. There's actually like arborists whose job is to go and put a dollar value on existing trees.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, for like insurance purposes. Like let's say
sure.
someone cuts it down on accident. I don't know.
Yeah.
So a tree could be worth $30,000.
Oh, easy. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
Anyway,
okay.
so that's my recommendation for the highway.
Medjool.
If you can afford it. TxDOT has deep pockets. Let's see.
Well, yeah. I mean, okay. So since you brought it up, it's on you. Jonathan Matthews, you've done a lot of work around town, a lot of landscaping projects. Give me your take on the deck park.
Oof. I think it's great. I think Paul Foster, he had something in El Paso Inc. that basically said like most of the cost is going to be widening the highway anyway. Mm-hmm. So there's already gonna be a big expense there. You might as well literally top it off with the deck park. You know, and let's say you have to widen I-10 anyway. I'm not sure. So if that's the case, that would be a strong point in favor. I also think San Jacinto. I'm a huge fan of San Jacinto.
Okay.
I lived in the Martin building, those apartments, like 1 block away.
Okay.
When they did the ribbon cutting. So I moved in before San Jacinto was done.
Okay.
And I would go like on a Thursday night to that, I don't know, what is that, Mesa and Mills or something? I don't know.
Sounds right.
And I would turn in 360 degrees, and I would not, like on a Thursday night, see one person, literally.
Yeah.
Like, and I know what the word literally means. Like 0 people. We're like the 20th biggest city in the U.S. in the heart of downtown. And I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. It's all mine. Like, this is my backyard. It's included in my rent. So a couple months later, they finally did the ribbon cutting. And since then, we'll never look back.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you've gone to the Winterfest.
Yeah.
It's so
beautiful.
packed. It's amazing. Like, it's flooded with people.
And it's super fun.
So if maybe the deck park could have similar effect.
All right.
You know?
Yeah. All right. So we're open to the idea. I like it. So just you didn't bring your landscape architecture software with you. But let's just brainstorm here for a second. What would make for some features that would make the deck park absolutely stunning and would draw people to El Paso?
Oh, yeah. Oof. That's a good question. I actually saw the concept rendering.
Okay.
And I think in the rendering, it looked like there's some kind of a big pyramid.
Really?
Like
I did not see
you didn't see that? You zoom in a little bit more.
Okay.
I think that would be cool though. I've always wanted to make like a pyramid. We try to push it on every single design to get like a pyramid. But
okay. Like what do you mean by a pyramid?
Like you can like walk up the side. You can like it's stepped all the way, like terraced. You can hang out on the side.
Okay. So, like an actual concrete one or with plants?
No, yeah, like I mean, I don't know what the retaining walls are made of. Maybe concrete.
Okay.
Yeah, like plants built into it.
Okay, so
shaded structures. You can sit at the top. You know. So, dog parks. People like dog parks, amphitheaters.
Okay.
Splash pads are all the rage.
What's a splash pad?
You know, it's like a.
Oh, where the fountain.
Yeah,
shoots
like
out
the
of
water
ground?
that shoots out of the ground.
Okay.
You know.
Well,
and you can make them with like a time to the music, like the Bellagio or something.
Right.
What would you like, Andy? Like, if you think, like, what makes great outdoor spaces? Or if you think from places you've gone to or in El Paso, like, what are the places that got landscape design?
So,
like, that's amazing.
Right. Yeah, it's a good question, you know, because I did have the chance to look at some of the designs you made, and I do encourage folks to go to thedryland.com, and you can look at some of the projects that you've done with the dryland landscape architecture right here in El Paso. It's interesting for me, being someone who's relatively new to the city, you have to learn to appreciate beauty in a different way. We were talking when you came in. When I first moved to El Paso, going on a hike was depressing for me because I was used to big oak trees and all this, you know, anytime I went on a hike. And now I'm starting to enjoy it and see the beauty. I think one of the great things is if you have a space where you can actually sit down on the ground.
On the ground?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so not on a bench?
Yeah. Or a bench is great too. But I think I'm looking at some of the pictures of the work you've done, and there's these green areas, and the first thing I imagine is sitting on the ground. And in El Paso, that's not something you get to do very often.
Yeah, right.
And so that's crossing my mind. Of course, the idea of natural shade is amazing. And you were talking at the beginning of the program about how really your one idea for people who want to do something that's easy and simple is plant a mesquite tree. Because it's not expensive. It'll grow. You don't need to worry too much about watering and all that kind of thing.
Right.
And so that's what comes to my mind. My concern for the deck park is that it doesn't just end up looking like a football field with just a couple people kind of aimlessly walking around on it. What can be done there that would be a draw similar to San Jacinto Plaza? Because it is a pretty big investment, and so it does need to be really well thought out. Not just the idea of having the deck park, but what's actually going to be on it.
Yeah, that's fair, because it needs to be used not just for functions, not just on holidays, right?
Right.
Like, to justify it, you really need some like 7 days a week, like all throughout the day activity.
Yeah.
And if it's one site, I mean, you could say, well, spread out the money across town.
Sure.
Right? Also, with having, at least right now, less residential downtown.
Yeah.
You know, do you have users all throughout the day?
Yeah.
And I mean, I think it would be just one more thing that would get built that would draw more residential. That's always been a struggle for downtown. Like, what about the residential, you know? So, I mean, it would be pretty great, though.
Yeah. Okay. So you've done a lot of projects around town. What are some of your favorite projects to look back on?
Yeah, the one it's on our website. The first pictures, I think, on the homepage. We work a lot in Montecillo. Richard Aguilar and his team were great. And they're real free spirits. You can do some more creative stuff. And so we got a site that was pretty sloped, and they kind of just let us go crazy with custom design. So we really did everything like custom, and we like destroyed our structural engineer because we said, like, oh, we want to make this arch out of bricks. You know, how do we do that? And we want to make all the tables and benches out of bricks, and we want to make a steel cable bridge like the Gila, like we were talking about. You know, and we want to make a half pyramid where you can run up and down the grass on the back. So anyway, that one, it took a long time to design, and it's hopefully about to start getting installed. It's just a couple lots up from the Elmont, the swim club. So that's been like the most, like, pour your heart and soul and every fiber of your being into trying to do something.
So Montecillo is the area that's on Mesa, kind of where there's Top Golf and
Top Golf, iFly,
I think is the other street there.
Right. There's a lot going on back there.
Yeah. That's a cool area of town. Some cool things happening there. Okay, so again, the dryland.com. Super fun to kind of look through these pictures and see ideas. Let's talk big picture. Do you think it's possible for El Paso to become, or how green can El Paso become?
Oh man.
And keeping in mind that we do have restrictions on our water supply.
Yeah, right. Well, I forget what the number is, but I saw it a couple weeks ago. Like, what's the percentage of tree canopy in El Paso? And it's not super high, let's say.
Breaking news.
This just in.
Yeah.
Shocking. So, I mean, they use like satellites or whatever to look down to just scan. And so that's kind of to assess it at a macro level. The other thing is the city landscape ordinance is pretty strict. And I don't know when the first version went into effect, like 2010 or something. So they require all new developments or building expansions to have a certain amount of trees and shrubs. And it's pretty stiff compared to other cities.
Like a big requirement?
Oh, yeah. So developers who work all over the place will say, like, there's no way. Like, you're making me buy a forest just to do my self-storage facility.
Oh, interesting.
So, I mean, I think we're catching up pretty fast.
That's pretty cool. I had no idea that there's that component of if you're developing, you're required to put in some vegetation or something.
Yeah, like you need to put in a tree every 30 feet. In the public right-of-way.
Okay.
You need a tree every 30 feet just inside the property line. Then you need one tree for every 10 parking spaces.
Oh, wow.
And then, like, more trees based on how big the property is. It's a lot of trees.
So what is the go-to tree in that kind of situation where the developer's like, I need to have a tree, I need to put it in, I have a budgetary concern, and I don't want to water it for the rest of my life. What tree do they usually go for?
Yeah. I mean, we, as the name of the company, it kind of implies love desert landscape. So our top trees are mesquite, fast-growing shade tree, sweet acacia.
Okay.
Because it's semi-evergreen.
Okay.
And it grows fast. Just to be careful with using it, like if you live in the valley, because it's a little colder in the valley because hot air rises, cold air descends. But that's kind of our go-to, like for a little bit more evergreen.
Okay. Sweet acacia.
Sweet acacia.
That's one I didn't know. I'm pulling up a picture right now. It looks kind of like a Palo Verde because just the yellow flowers.
Yeah. Most plants in El Paso bloom in yellow, and I don't know scientifically why that is.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And we don't love yellow as a company. We try to do more like cool colors as opposed to warm colors because it's like more modern to make our designs feel more modern. So we're a little bit like racist.
Okay.
Against warmer colors.
All right. So like what would an example of that be?
Okay. Well, this gets a little controversial, Andy. Everyone loves yellow lantana, and we don't use any lantana.
Yellow? I don't know what that is.
Lantana, it's like a ground cover. It blooms like crazy in El Paso. Everyone loves it. Everyone uses it, but we think it got overused.
Okay.
So we boycotted it. If someone in our office like tries to put on a set of plans, we like kick them off the team.
So yellow,
gone, banished forever.
No yellow. You do not like
we
yellow.
We do not because it's just got overused.
Okay. So what is?
Okay, sorry. Why do I tell you the plants that I don't like? I should tell you the plants I like.
Yeah, that's what.
Okay, back to the tree list. So. Palo Verde is great.
Okay.
As a decorative, it grows fast. It gives you a little bit of shade. It drops a lot of stuff, but we love Palo Verde, mesquite, and acacia.
Okay.
Those are like your three main ones. Vitex, as a small, colorful tree, is really good.
Okay.
And for us, we kind of put it in the category of Palo Verde. It grows slower than Palo Verde, but it ages better. Later in life, it looks amazing, whereas later in life, Palo Verde struggles. It looks a little scrappy. So, but Vitex... And
what's the color of Vitex?
Vitex is purple. Blooms are purple.
Okay.
And then you can do desert willow too.
Desert willow.
A small desert tree. It actually grows natural in El Paso, but it never gets up to a tree. It's more like a shrub. But all of those are multi-trunk, which is super sculptural. And they're all deserty, so you got the good desert aesthetic. And you can we used to kind of backfill that with a couple evergreens like live oak and sometimes maybe pines or Arizona cypress. But like my last trip to Scottsdale, their landscapes are so nice over there. Mm-hmm. And you kind of see that they just do all desert stuff. And I don't even know that they have a lot of evergreen trees in their palette. And they just said, like, that's fine. We're just going to own the desert aesthetic, and that's it. So I think we're actually going to do less oaks and pines and just say, look, we don't have a ton of evergreen trees in the design, but maybe that's okay to make it look more like desert aesthetic.
Okay. And in what cases should a homeowner or even a business owner, or there's a lot of church people listening, a
What's
church,
up, church people?
Any of these, in what case should you do landscaping on your own, and in what case should you look for a landscape architect?
Always hire the landscape architect. Come on, Andy. Come on. I mean,
what's the difference?
Yeah, I guess let's say you have like $10. Your project budget is $10.
Okay.
You could option A, spend all $10 on installation, right? So all $10 goes to you going to Home Depot and you installing it. All 10 of your dollars goes to paying your landscaper. So that's option A. Option B would be you give $1, $2 to a landscape designer to put a plan together, and then you only have $8 or $9 left for install, right? So you're like, I don't know. But the $8 or $9 spent on install is always going to be like better than, because it's thoughtfully spent, than the $10 on install.
Right.
So basically, if you take a little bit of your project budget to get a good design, it's just going to be so much more thoughtful and put together, and it's so easy. We even see this on like big municipal jobs where the plants selected were not so great, and even on like big municipal jobs, and years later the trees are struggling, they're small, maybe sometimes they're dead. And so especially in a harsh El Paso climate, we would recommend like reach out to a landscape designer.
Okay.
Yeah,
it is interesting even to be on your site and just to realize there was a lot of thought put into all this.
It's a whole world.
It looks fantastic, but thought of the different zones in a yard requiring more or less water than other zones. Things that I assume will save the business owner or the homeowner quite a lot of money in the long run. But it requires some know-how and thought up front.
There's so many things to get it right. Like you just think like, oh, that's simple. But there's hundreds of design decisions going behind the scenes.
Right.
So
Jonathan, this has been super fun conversation. We do have some minutes left, so we are going to initiate you with something that we have quite often for first-time guests. It's rapid-fire questions.
Okay.
We have Jonathan Matthews of the Dryland Landscape Architecture in the house. And we are Christian radio, so we do believe in right and wrong answers. But also as Christian radio, we do our best not to be judgmental if you do give a wrong answer.
Okay.
But I feel like these are the kind of questions you've thought a lot about. So I think we're going to do all right. So without further ado, Mac Daddy Del Norte, cue up the lightning round.
Lightning round.
Okay, Jonathan Matthews of the Dryland Landscape Architecture. First question is
no thought. Like you say it, I respond, bam, that's it.
Yeah, it's rapid fire. So
I don't know if my brain does rapid fire.
The first question is a culinary question.
Okay.
It's a question in El Paso you're asked when you go out
I
to
already know
eat.
the answer to this one.
And the question is red or green?
Oh, green.
That is correct.
It's less spicy. That's just avoid pain. There you go. That's right? Yeah.
Avoid pain. I like it.
Okay.
You even have your theory behind it. And where's your favorite place to answer this question?
Little Shack.
Little Shack. I don't know that one.
Oh my gosh, we could spend a whole hour talking about Little Shack.
Oh.
Yeah. Mac Daddy, for sure.
Yeah.
It's the best restaurant in town. I get no sales commission. Healthy, cheap, phenomenal, great salsa. It's all about the salsas, folks.
Mac Daddy Del Norte concurs. The Little Shack?
Little Shack. They have them all over town.
Okay, they're all over town. I haven't heard of this one. So.
Yeah, the best one's on Mesa, the original.
Okay.
It's actually a shack.
Okay.
Like literally, it's a shack.
All right, next question. You have someone coming into El Paso to visit you, friend, family, whatever the case may be. They've never been to El Paso, and you want to impress them. Where's the place that you will take them to impress them with El Paso that's not a restaurant?
Downtown. San Jacinto. We got the Lagartos.
Okay.
That's cool. Historic buildings.
You know, Jonathan Matthews of the Dryland Landscape Architecture, it feels like you know what the next question is going to be.
I don't.
You don't? Okay. Well, that's a good question. Downtown, a good answer. Downtown. That's good. That's good.
Is that right?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thought that was right or wrong.
Yeah. That's an open-ended question. Most people say Scenic Drive.
Oh, Scenic Drive.
Yeah. But downtown's great.
Man.
Okay, so
Yeah,
let's
I
talk
can see
San
that.
Jacinto Plaza. You've
Okay.
already said what the
Yeah.
what the theme is. It's the alligators. You said, Jonathan Matthews of the Dryland Landscape Architecture, you said that you were there when they opened up the plaza.
Yeah.
And there is a sculpture of alligators in the center of the plaza. How many alligators are in that sculpture?
Oh, I counted them with my kid the other day. I think it's either 5 or 7. I'm going 5.
No.
Oh, crud. I'm close, though. Do you...
It's 4.
It's
the correct
4.
answer is 4. Okay. All right. If
like you guys really look, because they're all kind of intertwined.
It is.
It's
4.
hard to count.
Yeah, I found out that for months I was giving the wrong answer of being 3 on the radio.
Oh.
Misinformation.
I'm going to go count, and I have the red button on the app.
Okay,
I'm going to send you a message if there's more than 4.
It's 4. But
Okay,
please
fine.
do send me a message either way. All right. If you could snap your fingers and do one thing to make El Paso more beautiful, what would that be?
I thought it would be cool. We have a river. Did you know that in El Paso we have a river?
No.
Because we ignore it. It would be cool to do some kind of
What rivers in El Paso?
It's sometimes a river called the Rio Grande.
Sometimes a river.
Yeah,
Sounds
sometimes
like a
it's just
song.
dirt.
Sometimes a river called the Rio Grande by Jonathan Matthews.
That's right. It would be cool to do some kind of like hospitality, like coffee shop, maybe like a boutique campsite, something that's river facing. No one's done that before.
Okay. I feel like we would have to speak with federal security forces about that idea, but I love the idea.
Yeah, there's some obstacles.
Maybe if we went a little bit north.
Yeah,
away from the international border.
Sunland Park.
Yeah,
there's some nice land over there.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's problematic.
Yeah, but hey, we're here to.
It was just snap my fingers. That was the premise.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
snap your fingers. You're exactly right. All right, last question. If you could pray one prayer for El Paso, what would that prayer be?
Oof. Well, my church pounds it into me.
Cross of Grace Church, Pastor Ricky Alcantara.
Yeah, exactly.
The Better News radio broadcast on this radio station each day at 12:30.
Exactly.
What does your church pound into you?
Well, the gospel is really the center of the Bible, and I mean the death and resurrection of Christ changes everything. Jesus is the bread of life. Only He satisfies. Only He can save you. Only He can forgive your sins. Only He can give you meaning. Only He can make you new. The list goes on and on and on, you know? All the stuff we're designing, Andy, in all of our projects will be dead soon, right? Like, that's not going to last. So there's certain things that are less important and some are more important. So the good news of Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Most important. Did I get it right?
Yeah. Great. Jonathan, so appreciate you coming in today. Truly enjoyed this conversation.
Yeah, same.
I hope
Thank
that
you so
folks
much.
will be inspired to make their own yard beautiful.
Yeah, and we're here to help. Seriously.
Yeah.
Like, even if you just have a couple questions or whatever, like, no project is too small.
TheDryland.com.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, love it. And I hope we're inspired to work for a more beautiful city, a city that will honor our Creator. So without further ado, thanks again for coming in. As we always say, let's learn to love our city, love our neighbors, and give God all the glory. This has been 915 Talk. You have been listening to 915 Talk, a production of Desert Voice Media. In order to listen to previous editions of 915 Talk, just visit desertvoice.media. Let's learn together to love our city, love our neighbors, and give God all the glory.
This is Pastor Steve Castrita. I'd like to extend the invitation for you to join us in service every Saturday at 5 p.m. at Redeeming Grace Church, El Paso. We are located at 2400 George Dieter inside Iglesia Philadelphia. We're a young church on the east side of El Paso with no smoke, no lasers, and no gimmicks, just the uncompromising Word of God and a call to win the 915 for Jesus Christ. We'd love to meet you and your family. God bless you, and thank you for listening.